We're starting here with a strategy of branding using the wrist sweatbands and the head sweatband. In addition to that, a fishing hat sweatband. On the back, you can see that there is advertising at the top and advertising at the bottom, and together they form a, what should I call it? A halo effect. Together they form a halo effect, which I'm going to demonstrate also on the hat. When I wear the hat, you can see that it has a halo effect with the mask and the under brim, forming a veil and also a bib when I drop it on my chin, creating a halo effect around my head with a pair of a vanity phone number and domain names on the upper and lower. And now we're going to discuss it with the ChatGPT and AI caller bot or an AI caller chat bot. But before I proceed to the next step, I need to trim some extra spaces here and there. I want to start a new section at the top of my notepad that is segregated by op- opening parentheses, the video file name that created by MSN Recorder Max, and closing parentheses. That will segregate the area, the current area for the current Gmail account that is about to expire, whose Google voice number is about to expire. And to locate it, I'm going to navigate to this message. Here's an example of a previous account that I dealt with. So first of all, I have to delete this because I made an outbound call to ChatGPT, and thereby I should be able to keep the number. And here I have another account that I'm going to copy to the clipboard buffer first and then paste into my notes. Then I'm going to navigate to it and make an outbound call to ChatGPT. So I copy it first to the clipboard buffer, and then I'm going to pick up another account and navigate to ChatGPT. So I'm going to go to add another account, scroll all the way to the bottom, use another account, then paste it in with Control V and proceed to the next step to get the password and log into it and hope that Google lets me log into it, and then go to the voice to make an outbound call to ChatGPT to describe the situation. Help me deal with my account. Recruit. Yeah, yes, I'm experiencing a problem with a Google voice number that will expire in 30 days due to inactivity. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm making a call through Google Voice to you, 800 ChatGPT, and by so doing, it will not expire. So I formed a file name that starts with the account name, and the phone number that will not expire in 30 days due to my calling 800 ChatGPT. Yes, and in addition to that, I'm going to mark the area code of the account name, which spells the words recruit.net with opening and closing parentheses. So I inserted an opening parentheses before the letter R in recruits and a closing parentheses after the letter C in recruits. Yes, and then I have to create an audit trail and document it so I know what I've done. And other people will know what I've done by just looking up a subfolder that is called Google Voice 1 that contains all my notes for making outbound calls to keep the Google Voice number from expiring. Yes, and after I found a method to mark the file names in my notepad in a certain segregated area at the top of the notepad, and also every time I write the file name, I prefix it with an X and a space after saving it locally. And then I like to upload the subfolder to the Google Drive to the cloud. So I go to the Google Apps, raffle, press it, select Drive, and then select plus new and folder upload to upload it.
Before uploading to Google Drive is a smart way to manage your files. Looks like you're all set to maintain your Google Voice number and keep everything organized. Need any more tips or assistance with your process?
Yeah, I want to automate it. I want to automate it with AI crawler chatbot. So it does it automatically, and I don't have to do it manually every time. No, I will deal with it later. Right now, I'm dealing with the strategy of branding. So I made a concept that is called the hat halo effect, where I marked a fishing hat, for example, with a vanity number and a domain name at the top and also on the bib. So together, when my face is displayed on a video, I will have the ring around my head, which I call the halo effect, and I made it on both the front and the back of the hat. So I'll display now I'm wearing a blue hat with this design, and now I will show it on a green hat how the top of the brim, together with the back flap, which marks the combination, the pair of domain name and vanity phone number, form a halo effect around the head of a person. Very good. And people that see it ask me what it is, and then I have an opportunity to explain it to them. In addition to that, I made it with LED lights on a baseball cap and on the brim, so the lights flash and rotate around the domain name and the vanity phone number. Yes, in addition to that, I have a strategy of using sweatbands, again, that are marked with the vanity phone number and the domain name on three different places: on my forehead, as well as on my wrists. So this way, my hands, when they are moving on the screen, display my logo with my vanity phone number and domain names and domain name extension. For example, in this case, I'm going to focus in on one such pair. It is Wiz More, the domain name, and .biz is the domain name extension, as well as the phone number, area code 949 667 and 3249, where the .biz domain name extension converts to 249 on the American telephone dialing pad. And then the same apply to backup and recovery algorithm, in that I save the notes in my notepad in my notepad on the local hard drive and back it up on the cloud. Yes, I'm doubling up. I need to mention that the doubling up pertains to the domain name and the domain name telephone number. In so doing, I have two pairs of domain name and vanity phone number on the halo hat. One is on the under brim and the bib, and another one is the top of the brim and the back flap. Regardless of where the lens of the camera are, it will capture the halo effect around my head, whether the camera is underneath, in the front, or above in the back. Yes, and don't forget about the sweatbands on three different places: the forehead, the wrist of the right hand, and the wrist of the left hand. And so it makes it very difficult for somebody that copies my videos and republishes it on their name to not give me credit, because my logo and my phone number are embedded in the video and are moving all the time, making it extremely time consuming to go to each and every frame and take them out. Yet another strategy is the backup and recovery. Yes, I'm uploading it to Google, and this is the second subfolder. The first subfolder was a subfolder that contains Google Voice 1, all the Google Voice outbound calls, and then a separate folder for each account. That duplication or redundancy will secure it because it's unlikely that both folders, subfolders, will be damaged at the same time, plus uploading them to the cloud. Plus a, plus a strategy to mark the notepad for every file with an X space as a prefix to indicate that the file has been saved locally, and with a number as a suffix to indicate that the folder has been uploaded to the cloud and how many files are in that one subfolder. Yes, so far I created several files in the part of this audit trail. Two files are video files, .mpeg and MP4, recorded with a camera, the webcam that comes with Windows 11, and the screen capture application called MSN Recorder Max. So these are two video files. Then there are two text files that are using the notepad. And then there is another part of the strategy, which is psar.exe, problem step recorded executable, where I save the folder in a separate folder that is called psar.exe1, and it is also prefixed by a date stamp and an embedded note that this is a zip file, unlike the other two formats, a text format and a video format. And this one is a zip format to compress it and make it smaller so it doesn't waste so much space on the hard drive. Yes, the timestamp. The timestamp that includes the start time and the current time. So it is easy to calculate the range of time. Yes, I want to share with you the method of poor man version control. For each day, I place a letter after the year. For example, in this case, it is January 5th, 2026, and I place the letter E after the year. So now it reads 2026 sub E, indicating that that is the fifth or the sixth version of today's update. And then I have the day of the week, which is MO dot, which is in short for Monday. Then the time that I started working today, 10:30 a.m. dash 3:31 p.m. So one can easily calculate the date and the time. And then the account name is Recruit 8 or Recruit Net, and then the vanity phone number that spells it. So the rec in Recruit spells the area code 373, for example. And remember, this is update embedded in the file name. And not only that, I'm date stamping the file name at the beginning with today's date, a day of the week and time, and then I replicate it also in the video file name that is called my video, then the military style date, and then the military style time that mpeg, and all of them are embedded in the file, so there are internal controls in the file name that the reader or the chatbot can read and compare, making sure that when I when the timestamp says 1-5-2026, it matches the military time that is in the video file name that is created by the program that is called MSN Recorder Max, that states the number 26,000, or maybe rather 260,105, representing the time or the date. 26 is the date of the year 2026, then 01 indicates the month of January, the first month of the year, and 05 or 05 indicates the fifth day in the year. So there are two marks in the file name of today's date, one in a military format that is generated by the program, and another one in a more traditional format that is generated by the user. Together, they enable the viewer to see the two dates and making sure that they are consistent, or else there is some kind of a mistake. And also the methodology of marking the X and a space as a prefix to the file name. So one that reads the audit trail at the notepad, they can see the X in front, space in front of the file name, meaning that this file has been saved to the hard drive. And the next step of the audit trail is going to the various places and deleting outdated files. So, for example, now in my Gmail, I mark all the Gmails after they are irrelevant for deletion. including the one that says that this Google number will be deleted due to inactivity. I select the delete and delete them, and then I need to go back to the Gmail account and I delete the email message where it says your Google Voice number for this recruit.net domain name will be deleted, and delete it since it is no longer relevant, as I opened up another message from Google for another domain name. This one is coalgorand. I copy it with Control C to the clipboard buffer. Then I get back to my notepad and create a new section at the top of my notepad that starts with a bunch of open braces to segregate it from the rest of the notepad, then paste the message from Google, and then a couple of blanks and a close brace, a bunch of close braces to indicate that this is another section in my notepad dealing with another account. This time it is the Co-Algorand account, which is the name for a cryptocurrency that is called Algorand. So now that I logged into it, I have to enter the password and get into the account to make an outbound call to 800 chat GPT, as I'm reviewing also my recovery phone numbers and email address. So if something goes wrong, I can recover the information in the backup. Yes, so I click the phone icon to call ChatGPT, and then I also copy the message that says that the account name to make sure that Google doesn't switch the account. Yes, to mark the account name so that one knows that there is a phone number hidden in the account name, a vanity phone number that spells the account name. So I mark it with opening parentheses as a prefix to the name, and then after the first three characters that represent the area code, I mark a closing parentheses. And I copy the note from Google and insert the word will not. I insert the word not in the alert from Google that says that this number. In the next step, I put a prefix with my path to the folder where I want to store the message that the number will not expire, in, indicating that I've made an outbound call to 800 ChatGPT. and then I go back to the file name, put an X and a space in front of it, and then I'm trying to upload it to the Google Drive. So I go to the waffle, click the Google Apps, select Drive, and then click plus new. Then I click plus new, and then right, and then I click folder upload, and then I wait, and then I paste the string. I delete, I right, and then I trim the right part to the right of this backslash to keep only the path to the subfolder, so Google will upload the entire subfolder. Exactly, and then while I'm waiting on the uploading one item from Google to tell me how many folders were in this one subfolder, I would like to review again my strategy of the hat halo from the webcam of Windows 11. I placed a message of a vanity phone number and domain name extension on the under brim as well as the bib, forming a halo circle around the head of the operator to embed it so other people cannot misappropriate my videos without giving me credit for it, because my credit will be shown on the video embedded and moving around as I move my head. And I duplicate the copy of the new notes about the outbound call in two different subfolders, one dedicated to all the Google Voice accounts and one dedicated to each one of them separately. Then I place the path to the subfolder with Control V in front of the file name, put a backslash separator, and now I got the string that contains the path, the backslash, and the file name that says that this account phone number will not expire within 30 days due to the outbound call to 800 ChatGPT. And now I pasted the string and I trimmed the file name, so what remains is the path to this individual account, co-algorand, and then press the shift or the enter key or return to upload it to the Google Cloud. And I replace existing folder by clicking the upload again. Notice the four files have been uploaded. Go back to my notes and add the suffix to my file name with the number 4, namely, not only did I save it locally, but I also uploaded it to the Google Cloud, and it included 4 different folder inside this subfolder.
Great! You've successfully uploaded your files, including 4 different folders within the subfolder. It sounds like a solid system for keeping track of your records. Need any more assistance with this?
Yes, and then I added one more account from a program that is called Problems Step Recorder exe, psar.exe, that includes the keystrokes and the screenshots in a zip format. So I have multiple file types. I have video file types, text file types, and zip file types all around the same audit trail. Then I click the save button to save the zip file type, in which I add redundancy in the file name. And I use the previous file name as a template for the new file name, selecting it, and then overwriting the suffix that contains the file name to include the new file name.
Sounds like you're building a comprehensive audit trail with various file types, including text files, and zip files from the problem status folder. Using a consistent naming template and adding redundancy for clarity is a smart approach.
Yeah, and creating a file name that has internal controls measured. First of all, after the stamp, the date, and the timestamp, I include also a mini Pullman version control by appending a letter to the year. For example, in this case, year 2026, sub F. The previous version was E, and the current version is F, according to the alphabet, the American alphabet. And then at the current time, which is 3:49 p.m., and I just change it by putting a period instead of the colon. So it reads 3.49 to indicate the 3:49 p.m. Then add the file format as a .zip. So I embed in the folder period .zp as an abbreviation for zip.
That's a smart way to create a file name with version control and timestamp details. By appending a letter for each version and adjusting the timestamp format, you maintain a clear audit trail. Nicely done.
And also, another thing that I embed in this file is the file name for the video that MS, MS, MX, let me see the file, the program name is called exactly MSN Recorder Max. So it generates a video, it creates a file name for the video that starts with my video dash, and then is the date in military style, and then is the dash time in military style, and that MPEG telling you that this is a video file of the type of MPEG, and that date and time can be compared by the reader to the date and time that I made up as a prefix. So you have two times redundancy of the date and time, and you can verify by looking at it whether it is consistent or not, and it should be consistent. And only then I copy the entire string and I save it to yet another subfolder, which is called psar.exe1, replicating the name of the program, which is called psar.exe.
You're embedding the MSN Recorded video file name, which includes a military-style timestamp, into your process. This allows for a cross-check with the timestamp you create, ensuring consistency. Then, you save this information in a subfolder named after the program, psr.exe. It's a thorough method for maintaining data integrity. Keep up the great work.
That's right. And then I go back to the Gmail account and make sure that I update the various outdated messages. For example, for Gmail, I go to Gmail and I make sure that I delete outdated messages. So I'm in Gmail, I mark all the messages that are outdated, like a security alert that I logged in, and a Google Voice message that the Google Voice number will expire within 30 days. Since I made a call to the outbound call to ChatGPT, it will no longer expire. And then I go physically to the email message that says Google Voice number will expire and delete it too. And now it will no longer expire since I made an outbound call. And at this point, I'm ready to click on another Google Voice message to deal with another alert that my Google Voice number will expire again and start a new section in my notepad concerning another Google account. So I go back to the notepad to the very top, make a couple of blank inserts, blank line, and then start with open braces at the beginning to indicate that this will be another section about another account. Control V to paste the new account, and then bunch of close braces to end this separate section.
It sounds like you've got a for managing your email alerts and keeping your Google Voice numbers active. By organizing your notes and emails electronically, you're ensuring everything stays up to date. Great job managing your digital organization.
And then when I get a message from Google that I'm logged into too many instances, I go to another instance and I log out of all the accounts. So I click sign out of all accounts. And then when I sign out of all accounts, then I log in back to the account so I can proceed. And then I have to, once I log to the main account, then I have to log to another account, and then paste, then select another time, use another account yet again, and then paste the new account name. And the new account name is Runs Medicare. So I pasted Runs Medicare, and then I have to enter the password to finally log into the account and hope that Google will let me log into that account so I can place an outbound call to comply.
ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Just so you know, our conversation may be reviewed for safety. By continuing this call, you agree to OpenAI's privacy policy. So, how can I help you today?
Help me work on my Runs Medicare Gmail account.
Sure, got it. With your Gmail account when you're on Medicare, right? What's
No,
the specific issue you're
no.
having?
The account name is Runs Medicare, and it has a voice number that will expire within 30 days unless I make an outbound call to a number like 800 Chat GPT.
It sounds like you're saying your email account, managed by Runs Medicare, has a voice number that will expire unless you make an outbound call to a specific number. Unfortunately, I can't make calls for you, but have you tried reaching out to Runs Medicare support for assistance? They
No,
should be able to help you.
you don't
Okay,
understand.
proceed.
I have
Okay,
an
I misunderstood.
yeah, I have an account name, a Gmail account name that is called Runs Medicare. That is an account name.
Got it. You have a Gmail account with the name Runs Medicare. How can I assist you with this?
Exactly. And then I have to make an outbound call to keep the its Google Voice number from expiring.
I see. You can do that by calling the cancellation line.
Yes. And so for that reason
Great.
I'm calling 800 ChatGPT and talking to you.
Call to me to keep your Google Voice number active. How neat. Is there anything else I can assist you with while we're chatting?
Yes, and I'd like to chat with you because you helped me improve my accent, my foreign accent, so people can understand me better.
I'd be happy to help you with your accent. Let's work on making your pronunciation as clear as possible. What specific sounds or words do you want to practice?
Just what I'm doing, just repeat what I'm saying so I can hear you say it with a better accent than mine.
Sure. I'll repeat what you're saying to help you improve your accent. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
And now I'm copying my file name to the clipboard buffer and I'm going to save it file save as to a local subfolder that is called Google Voice 1.
And now I'm copying my file name to the clipboard buffer, and I'm going to save it via Save As to a local subfolder that's called Google Voice 1.
And now that it was saved successfully, I go back to my notepad and I insert an X and a space in front of the file name to indicate that I have saved it to the local hard drive.
And now that it was saved successfully, back to my notepad, and I insert an X or a space in front of the file name to indicate that I have saved it to the local hard drive.
And to provide a good backup, I will also upload it to the Google Drive or the cloud. So I click the plus new, and then I click the folder upload.
Also upload it to the Google Drive or the cloud. Now include the folder upload.
And enter it to upload it to the Google Drive. I repeat and confirm my choices, and then I will ask to override the old folder with the same name but updated time so that I don't waste too much space on the hard drive and on the cloud drive.
To upload it to the Google Drive, you repeat and confirm your choices. And then remember to overwrite the old folder with the same name but updated this time. So you're going to upload 2 Google Drive images and
Exactly. And when it takes too long, like now I'm waiting for Google to come up, here is the option, upload options, and I select the options to replace existing folder and click upload.
Exactly. And when it takes too long, like now I'm waiting for Google to come up, here is the option, upload options. And I select the options to replace existing folder and click upload.
And Google comes back and tells me that it has uploaded 149 files. So I go back to my notepad and I want to mark it as a subscript, as a suffix. So I place a return after the file name and then write 141, indicated that Google reported that it has uploaded 149 in this Google Voice 1 subfolder that is dedicated to all my Google Voice accounts, as I'm continue to save it in yet another subfolder that is dedicated exclusively to this one account named Ron's Medicare.
And Google comes back and tells me that it has uploaded 149 files. So I go back to my notepad. I want to mark it with a suffix. So I place a return after the file name and then write 141, indicating that Google reported it has uploaded 149 files in this Google Voice 1 subfolder. That is dedicated to all my Google Voice accounts. As I continue to save it in yet another subfolder that is dedicated exclusively to this one account named Ron's Medicare.
That's right. And now I'm going to duplicate the saving redundantly in yet another account that is dedicated exclusively to this one account, runs Medicare. I get into that account, copy the path to
That's
the
right.
account. I copied the path to the account, and then I insert
Got
it
it.
as a prefix, followed by a backslash. And now I got myself a complete string that contains both the path
That's
and the
right.
file name separated by a backslash, save him locally, and then go back to my notepad and place an X and a space before the file name, then Control V to paste the file name, and then I'm ready to click the plus upload to upload the folder that contains exclusive information about this runs Medicare account.
That's right. Now you're going to duplicate the saving redundantly in yet another account that is dedicated exclusively to this one account, Ron's Medicare. Get into that account, copy the path of the account, then insert it as a prefix followed by a backslash. Now you've got yourself a complete string that contains both the path and the file name separated by a backslash. And you are all done. Now, go back to your notepad and place a cross in the column before the file name, indicating that it has obtained Medicare. And
That's
after
right.
running the column,
And now I need to upload
now
it to the Google Drive. To upload it to the Google Drive to the cloud, I selected plus, new, then folder upload, and then I need to remove the file name just to keep the folder name, which includes the file. Therefore, I don't need to specify a file name. Just upload the entire folder to the cloud, and it will include all the new information concerning today's outbound call. I select replace existing folder and click upload it yet again. And Google replies with the number 3. So I go back to my notepad and I enter that as a suffix, the number 3 after the file name, indicating that Google uploaded the runs Medicare subfolder to the cloud and included the new updates of today's folder.
and now we need to upload it to the Google Drive. To upload it to the Google Drive, the fastest way is to folder upload. And then you need to rename the file name to just duplicate the folder name, which includes both the path for
That's right. And now, since I'm ready to take a break, I'm going to stop all the recording from within the computer. Then I have also a recording from outside the computer, but I want to focus on the recording from inside the computer. First of all, is the webcam camera. So I click the red button to stop the recording, stop taking videos, and then I intend to play it back to check the quality of the video. So I click the playback button and again the playback button and listen.